Pride of Cincinnati, Ohio, played high school basketball there. Mick Cronin, the head coach of the UCLA Bruins, joining us on the program. Not enough people talk about your high school basketball career there, Coach. I know you playing for LaSalle, All City there, playing for your dad. Do you want to talk about who plays the game the way you played when you were in high school?
Let's just say my team plays a lot better defense than I did.
Okay. How tall?
How about your career? Wasn't it Mason?
Yeah, dominated. Yeah.
Domination.
But you read the stories, but we don't need to talk about my career. This is about your career. But how tall were you in high school?
So I haven't grown. Same height, same weight, 5'7", 155.
And your dad is a high school legend as far as coaching, right? He's got over 400 wins.
Yeah, very lucky, obviously, to have great parents. Grow up the son of a coach. Coach Huggins and I used to always say we were products of our environment. When you grow up in a gym, you obviously there's the osmosis process. You're learning how to coach. You're learning how to deal with players. You're learning because you go home, you learn how the coach thinks. You're a player. You hear what the other players say. So you're really training on the job. You just don't know it until the day you go to coach, and you realize you probably were trained to do what you're doing your whole life.
How cool is this that you get to share this with your father?
Oh, it's awesome. I have a lot of friends in coaching, obviously, and some guys their dad's not around. So for me, just for him to get to enjoy this, to give back, so many of us, Midwest people, Cincinnati people, it's the West Side, hardworking people. My dad had 3 jobs. My mom worked full time. So they put 3 kids through private school. I don't know how the hell they did it, but they did it. So, when you give anything back to your parents, it's a great thing in life because obviously, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my parents.
If I told you a month ago that we would be talking today and it would have to do with the Final Four, what would you have said?
I'd have said we got really hot from the 3-point line. I wouldn't have said no chance, but I'd have said, we had to really get hot from a 3-point line. So we're a smaller team, Dan, and but we do have guys who can shoot the basketball. And then the other thing I would have said was, boy, we really must have gotten better defensively, like way better. And that's really what's happened. That's really the story of what's happened for us since halftime of the Michigan State game. We've really just transformed defensively as a team.
But also, you look at this, and it's hard to say UCLA is a Cinderella story. But
right, I agree with you.
but it's still a Cinderella. This team is a Cinderella story, though, Coach.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. If we win those last 4 of the regular season, we're not a Cinderella, and we could have won all those games. We had some really bad breaks down the stretch against really good teams. So that puts you down on the seed line, and it makes you a Cinderella story. And then look, obviously, as you know, Dan, in LA, it's big names. The Lakers, they don't win title without LeBron or Kobe, Magic, Kareem, same thing. The Bruins have had so many great players, and we got very good players on this team. We got some guys that are developing their chances to be professional players, but Kareem's not walking through the door. Bill walking through the door. So it's new for UCLA to grind their way to a Final Four.
What's it like though when you go into Pauley Pavilion, you look up and you see all those banners?
Man, it's awesome, Dan. It's awesome.
It's not intimidating.
I don't really look at it like that. I just, maybe I'm too my Irish toughness doesn't allow me to, I don't think that way. I just think I look at opportunity. I think if you're going to look at it in awe of, oh my goodness, look what I have to live up to, that you shouldn't take the job. But I did study everything that Coach Wooden said at the end, Dan. When I got the job, I stayed up late. And there's a quote from Coach Wooden. He said, the only person that had to deal with my expectations should have been the first guy that followed him, okay, which was Murray Bartow. But, after that, you didn't follow John Wooden. And this is him talking, so he said, if they're thinking that way, that's the wrong way to think. So, but anyway, maybe it's my stubbornness, but I just look at it as what an opportunity to coach where Coach Wooden coaches. I've met all his family. They're texting me today already.
That's great.
Yeah, just so many cool people. I mean, I'm friends with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. How cool is that?
He's Mick Cronin, the UCLA head coach. By the way, this just in, Roy Williams has announced his retirement.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, it just happened. Carolina just released this after 33 years as a Hall of Fame head coach. Our beloved Tar Heels, wow. Roy Williams, announcing his retirement.
Well, I would say from the coaching community, congratulations. Coach Williams is a great guy. And side note, I mean, he's taking care of me, got me hooked up down in Pinehurst to play some elite courses. So I owe him now. I told him that now he's retired. Coach, come on out. We'll play Bel Air. We'll play Riviera. We'll play LA North, whatever you want, Coach.
Do you bother showing Gonzaga tape to your players?
Oh, absolutely. 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 One thing I can tell you, Dan, that, look, we're a decided underdog. That's okay. But in my Big East days, when I was rebuilding Cincinnati, unfortunately, I have a lot of experience in being a double-digit underdog. Back in 06, 07, 08. So, I had to deal with that quite a bit. And we're not looking to do this, but there was many nights that we got beat 6 that we could have got beat 36. So I have dealt with that situation, but we'll see. But yeah, we'll approach the game like any other, but also knowing it's going to be tougher than any other we've played this year.
How tough are you though to play for?
Oh, no. I think, what's funny, man, when you're passionate, what my players all know, for my problem right now, my Cincinnati players want to come to the game. They've banded together, sent me a text this morning. They all want to come to the game. So I got ticket issues. When you're passionate, I think people think, look, he's all over them. But they don't, it's encouragement. 90% of it's encouragement, is that you can guard him. You can do this. I'm just extroverted with it. I'm outward with it. So, in practice, I think you got to bring energy. I learned that early. There's a great NBA legendary workout guy, Tim Gergerich, and kids, they want to feel your energy. I learned that from him as a young guy when gave me a chance to help him work guys out. Players want to feel a guy that's trying to help them get better. And that's how, so they know that. So I'm not just barking at guys to bark at guys. Kids wouldn't respond to that.
But I remember, I don't know if I met you at the University of Cincinnati when Huggins was there, but you were like video coordinator. I think you started out there.
Yeah, for 9 months. Then he got smart and promoted.
Oh, he promoted you. But the way Huggins held a practice was something unlike anything I'd ever seen before.
Yes.
Right.
I totally agree.
How would you describe how Huggins would hold those practices at Cincinnati?
Let's just for people on the outside, it's hard, because so many people say, I can't believe you said that or that, but players get it. I mean, when you get especially guy locker room talk, it is what it is. In the outer world, academia would just don't understand it. It's just how the kids talk, how it is at times. And, again, Bob Huggins coaches with love, and I give him a shout. I would not be here if it was not for him. But when you coach with love, the kids know it. So they know you're not messing with them. You're trying to bring out the best in them because they know he would do anything for his players, the same as I would.
But I remember this is when Nick Van Exel was there.
Yeah.
And I just remember Huggins saying to the team, as somebody who shouldn't have been shooting, he just gathered him and he a couple of cuss words, and then he goes, like, guys, this is your team. Do you want him shooting? And I'm watching with the former Cincinnati great, the late Derek Dickey. And he said, just so you know, you're going to watch a practice and you're going to see something. and hear something you'd never heard before. And he's saying to the players, you guys are accountable for what goes on the floor. Do you want him shooting? And the answer is no. So right in front of this poor guy, I don't want to mention his name, but he goes, and
I know who it was. I know who it was. Trust me.
It was just so honest. But, to be brutally honest, like you saw what happened with Coach Izzo and the whole, he loves his players, but can you coach like that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's there. And the visual of what we saw, and we're all like, wow, Coach, get it together.
Yeah, the visual isn't good sometimes, again, because you're on the outside. But what I would say is two things. One, the kid being honest. Unfortunately, Dan, sometimes we're the first person that's honest with them about their basketball abilities. And they need to hear that. Let me honestly say, what do you want? Okay, what do you want to do? You want to play in the NBA? Well, let me honestly tell you that you cannot jump shoot your way to the pros. Everybody else has told you that. You're going to have to defend your way to the pros. If you brought my friend Corey Blunt, who was on that team, on this show, tell you that his agent told him almost 30 years ago now that he needed to go show everybody he could shoot. And Bob Huggins stopped him and said, don't you dare do that at the NBA Combine. Let them guess, because you can't shoot. Go rebound and block shots, and he's a first-round pick and played 11 years in the NBA. So sometimes we're the first person to tell these guys the truth. And that's just, it's unfortunate, but they need to hear it to give themselves a chance. And but the shot, I understand, sometimes the visual of it's not always easy.
If we had a coaches one-on-one of the final four coaches or 3-point, how do you fare?
So
Mark Few. You worried about Mark Few one-on-one?
I'd say I'm 6-5.
Okay, all right, and that's one-on-one. What about 3-point shooting?
So I'm 6-5.
Okay,
I'm just teasing. We're all in bad shape. I think Kelvin wins. Most importantly, who wins on the golf course? And I got a feeling Kelvin wins that one.
Yeah.
We're Coach Sampson and I. We get great friendship. I just got a feeling. He's sandbagging. We up the play, but we're very close from our battles, Cincinnati and Houston. So it'll be interesting, But the day's coming. We're going to get to play. But I see, we're all in the same hotel, which is weird, right? So Coach, Kelvin and I have been talking for the last we've been in this hotel 18 days. Hey, keep winning, keep doing it, keep winning. Guess we got to win one more to play again. How wild would that be?
Well, congrats so far there, Coach, and good luck this weekend. We appreciate your time as always.
It's great to finally be on. I've been a fan of the show for a long time.
Well, man. I just said you need to go with one name, Cronin. Like just McCronin. Like, doesn't it sound like a cop show on CBS or maybe a movie with Jason Statham? Cronin.
I like that. I mean, I've seen some of his girlfriends in Hollywood. He's going to play me. I'm all, you can call it whatever you want. So
Cronin.
I like that. From one Irishman to another. I appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Mick.
All right, buddy.
That's Mick Cronin, UCLA head coach.